Woo! Hello everyone, how are we doing? You are watching the Mayflowers Tarot. I'm May, if the name wasn't obvious, with the Mayflower. How are you guys doing? Oh my goodness, I hope you're doing so well. I hope you had a moment today where you just felt some like joy in your heart or some satisfaction. You're just like, yes, I love life. And if you haven't, then I hope that, you know, you are able to get what you need right now, whether it's rest, restoration, some joy, whatever it may be. Anyway, so what are we doing here? We are doing messages you need to hear today. So Spirit kind of let me know that these are probably going to be very gentle messages. These are going to be messages that, you know, I feel like for some of you may be hurting. So, yeah, I mean, especially with pile 2. I mean, we'll get into it when we get to pile 2, but I'm sorry, pile 2, if you're going through it. I had kind of asked for an overall energy, though, for the readings, and the sun came out. So, you know, I think this being, like, you know, the undertone of our readings, y'all, of the reading today, it's, you know, that joy and fulfillment and just happiness, whatever it is that you're searching for. I feel like this is a message for everyone watching this video, okay? What you're searching for is coming for you, and what you need, what you want to feel, what you want to experience is going to come to you. It's just going to take some time. So that's, you know, I think a really positive spin on all this, if these readings are very heavy, is that the end result of everything is the sun. It's for your highest and greatest good. It's for the learning. You need to learn. Sunflowers are about growth, happiness. So yeah, this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And I will see you at your reading, my friends. All right, bye. Hello, pile 1. This is for everyone who chose justice. Little owl here. I think your intuition is being very activated right now, my pile 1s. Messages already coming through. Yes, this is for everyone who chose justice or this wonderful stone, if it'll focus. I don't really know what this stone is. I used to know what all of my stones were, and I'm probably going to say this every single video. I don't know what my stones are anymore. I'm just going to leave the sun over here. If you missed the intro, if you skipped it, no shame. I do that all the time. The undertones for all of the groups today are the sun. If you want to get the specific message, go back to the intro. But she's just gonna be chilling. I want you to see the other cards, so she's not even all gonna be here, but you'll see her. Her energy will be here. So, right off the bat with justice, I'm actually getting that I should get some more info into this before I really jump in. But what's the opposite of injustice? Or what's the opposite of justice? Injustice. I'm feeling some pain with your group, like some sort of injustice was done to you. This might have been recent. What does pile number 1 need to hear right now? Spirit. The 3 of Wands. This is in reverse. These are such beautiful cards. 3 of Wands in reverse. Ah. What I heard when this card fell out was like a cycle of like pain and like tiredness is coming to an end. What's pile number 1 need to hear right now? Oh my gosh, your cards are flying everywhere. The 8 of Cups in reverse. So I think you might have been alone, my pile number 1s, for a little bit. I think you may have been going on your own spiritual journey, and I think that you may know exactly what kind of cups you want. Like, I think you kind of know exactly what fulfillment you want. And I think you may have gone on a journey to find that somehow. Or you've been on a journey or some sort of situation, cycle, where you have been trying to find your own fulfillment in that. That's what's kind of coming up right now, is this fulfillment. Let me get this all in frame here. I'm feeling hurt coming from your group. I'm feeling tired. Some of you, like, someone might have stabbed you in the back, my pile number ones. I think you may have been, like, staring out into the moon or staring into the universe, being like, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, this hurts so bad. Some of you might have been broken up with, and you're not really seeing... You feel like someone might have betrayed you in a relationship, that you put in so much effort and it wasn't given back to you, and now you're on your own and you don't want to be alone. This is the Queen of Wands. And the cat here, another like little nudge of intuition. But it's in reverse. Haha. You ever see me like going like whoa or whoa? Actually, I don't even know if you can really see that on camera, but Spirit tells me if it's in reverse or not. And the Two of Swords in reverse is kind of showing itself at me too. So definitely, like, I was picking up a decision probably was made, or a decision happened. And I don't, for some of you, actually, I think maybe for all of you, this decision was not yours to make. This was someone else's decision. Someone else decided that they were going to do something, or someone else decided something that affects you, and I think your intuition was kind of telling you this was going to happen. Again with the sunflower here too, y'all. There's a sunflower in this Queen of Pentacles. So, oh, sunflower, there's sunflowers in the sun over here. So this is definitely a time for you for some sort of growth happening right now. Some deep occurrence, a deep catalyst for love to come in. That is what's happening right now, my pal number ones. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. But I think the overall theme for your reading is going to be that whatever this is, or this hurt is supposed to be a deep catalyst for your healing. It's supposed to clear out some sort of blockage to love here. But if you didn't feel like your intuition was telling you this was going to happen, I think Spirit is kind of nudging you to look at your intuition now. Because these two animals, I feel like, are quite decisive. The owl doesn't really, like, do anything unless it knows. Like, this is the next action. It's very intentional. Cats don't do whatever. Cats just do whatever they want to do. They don't really care. But, like, these two animals and these two figures in these cards feel very watchful. Like, they're coming at something from a place of awareness here. So I think Spirit is really nudging you to listen to your intuition, to take those deep breaths and tap in to guidance that Spirit might be telling you right now. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. So yeah, I think that whatever this is, like, and kind of what I was picking up on when I was saying that was this resistance of, I always forget. The resistance of, oh my gosh, this needs to be reversed too. I always forget. I like reverse it for me, but not for you. Yeah, but I haven't really had any time to like breathe. Like maybe the situation is like you have to move somewhere or you have to like act really quickly. And in times like this, I'm being guided to say that it's not really about, maybe you have a certain idea of what it means to tap in, to listen to your intuition. Maybe you haven't been given that space to really, like, breathe on your own, to really go on that deep journey of inner reflection. And I feel like that might be really hard for you, my pal number ones. Maybe that's how you traditionally tapped in. Is like through deep meditation and like breathing deep into your body, and it's not for all of you. I think what Spirit is nudging me to say here is that it's not about the times, it's not like in this space and time, it's not about doing things perfectly. Like it's not about like calming your body, your brain, your nervous system down to the point where you can make clear, 100% clear-headed decisions. It's how can I get to a place where it's enough? You know, I just saw 1010 on the camera, so maybe that number means something to you. Search up the angel numbers, or if you've been seeing it. You know, it's about what gets me into enough awareness and a place of what what am I trying to say here? A place where it is enough for me to invite spirit in, awareness in a little bit. Enough for me to make the decisions I need to make. You know, maybe this isn't like, this is like, you know, throughout your day taking like 5 seconds to breathe in. I let spirit in, I let my highest and greatest good in, and release, you know, what doesn't serve me, you know, or I breathe in, or my intention for this situation is for the highest good of all souls involved, and I breathe out, you know, any actions or thoughts, whatever it is, that are not in my highest and greatest good, or the highest great and good of all souls involved. Just something like that, where it's like really short to tap in. I'm going to get a few more tarot messages. So what is pile 1? I need to hear right now. We have the 7 of Swords. So you might be holding a lot to your chest, my pile number 1s. You might be... It seems like you're on the offensive, but you're not... You are being deliberate here in whatever you're trying to do. You're being deliberate in what you're saying and what you're doing, how you're presenting. But some of this might have fallen to the ground. Some people, like, you might have let 1 or 2 things slip up with these swords on the ground. So I feel like you're not saying everything that you need to, that wasn't what I was gonna say, but maybe you aren't saying everything you need to say in this situation. Or you're not saying all of your feelings, you know, all the thoughts that you have, because you know that that's might not be what is the best here. And again, being drawn to the owl, so definitely tap into your intuition as much as you can to kind of tease that out, you know, what is best to share in the situation, what's not. I'm just pile number 1 need to hear right now. Any messages for number 1? Alright, I'm getting that word done on tarot, actually. Ace of Wands. Alright. Yo, look at that, though. There's a little bit of, like, newness here. Ace. So you might be thinking about, you know, something new, building something new. This tree is, like, or this flower, whatever you want to call it, it's pretty young, though, right? It's literally, I feel like this is just in the mind. It's like, this is what it actually is in 3D. And these little things here are in the mind. So you're dreaming and you're thinking about what comes next. We're gonna get some messages from the Rose Oracle we need to hear right now. And the sun here is just still peeking out. She's like, hey. We're not gonna get too many oracles, so I'm gonna leave her in here, even though she's like whited out from this lighting. Alright. What does pile number 1 need to hear right now, Mother Rose? What does pile 1 need to hear right now? Messages that pile number 1 needs to hear right now. The sun. Okay, can we be real? Can we be real? The sun and the sun? Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. This is joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. So, kind of what I'm getting from this card right now with pile number 1s. In your 3D reality as well as your mind, okay? Where can you incorporate play? This might even be like in a space where you're just dreaming about it. You're dreaming about the future. You're dreaming about, you know, more joyful times, more playful times. And that's kind of getting you through. And I think that this is a confirmation, because you may have been thinking, like, is this okay for me to do this? Like, yes, like, this is okay for you right now. This is a coping mechanism to kind of view the situation in your life in this way, where you're thinking more about the future and what the potential it may bring. There's also a message in here that where can you incorporate this, like, play enjoyment right now? And it's again in the small ways, right? So maybe you're going to work and, you know, you have an ongoing joke with a coworker, or you're able to make space for you and one of your clients, or you and your coworkers to have a good laugh, or maybe you watch funny videos on YouTube or TikTok, or, you know, it's, you know, how can you incorporate the goodness into your life in small, meaningful ways. What does pile number 1 need to hear right now? The sacred waters, yes. I'm going to leave this here for a moment if there's any downloads or any messages you want to meditate on this card. The sacred waters, nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, and self-care. So, you know, inviting in some protection might be good for you in pile number 1s. You know, clearing out your aura, your energy field. I'm really getting like a sacred bath. Like, alright, my camera died. That was fun. What was I talking about? Oh, okay, I was talking about the sacred waters. I'm really getting some sort of like sacred ritual or bath, my pile number 1s. Might be really good for you. Some sort of deep cleanse. And you may not have the space to do that right now. And I just feel like whenever you can, I think you know that doing that deep cleanse is going to be good for you. I feel like this is I feel like you have a deep cleanse practice you may do. If you don't have a deep cleanse practice, then maybe, you know, going with the sacred waters, like taking a bath, blessing it, you know, with whatever you want to bless. Rose water's coming to my mind, rose petals, you know. Adding in things in the earth are soothing, you know, adding in incense or certain smells, tastes that are really soothing and calming for you to get you in that space to cleanse. Another thing is going to the water, going to the ocean and cleansing yourself that way, blessing that space, opening that space as a sacred space. You could, I'm getting just like, look it up on YouTube, but I'm gonna for some of you, you know, doing a deep meditation, detox, you know, there's just so many different ways to do a deep cleanse. So Spirit is inviting you to do that when you can, and I think that's really going to nourish you. I think going with our theme here as well, you know, taking in those times when you can, those small ways to bring in nourishment, bring in, you know, rest. You know, I'm getting for some you might be a certain food that you like to eat that is very helpful to you, and like maybe it's just like eating a piece of chocolate and you're like, oh, this chocolate is so good. And you get to have like a few seconds of, oh, this is so good. I'm just being solely present with this moment right now, loving this chocolate, and nothing else is happening. I'm just loving this chocolate. What does pile number 1 need to hear right now? Spirit. Cleanse. They're really saying cleanse. The rose thread, inner call, soul led, the mystic, and living courageously. So I think that there's a lot of courage involved for you to say your truth in this situation. Perhaps this is part of the injustice you're feeling where you... I'm getting a couple messages here, hold on. Where you didn't feel like you could speak your whole truth. And I think you kind of know, like in this situation, in the threads of fate, that you're going to have a chance to do that, and I think it's going to feel good for you. Or if not, then I think you know that the situation is going to end up in a way that in the end, the very end, we're not talking about the process, is going to serve you. It's going to be in your favor. I'm getting with the rose thread, like, it's very interesting. I'm seeing your journey like unfolding, and at different times there's like these rose petals that open up. So there might be different things that occur within your journey that are little like pockets of growth or pockets of rest, pockets of nourishment. What's coming to my mind, the scenario that's coming to my mind is if you're going through a divorce and it's really messy and it's like a, you know, not a great situation. It's like as you go along this journey of like hiring a lawyer and getting what you need to get out of the situation, you know, have these little times where you experience this joy, you experience that healing. Yeah, I'm getting there's just like, there's also some duality in this and like some balancing. Because if you see in this card, there's these two faces and two beings on different sides, and they kind of come together and merge into this light being. So I think you may feel conflicted in this situation. I'm also getting that like there's just very opposing energies. Like this is like almost like a vampiric energy, and then there's like a person that's very empathic, gives a lot. And I kind of feel like the situation's coming into balance. The truth and the light is coming into this situation. Maybe this was causing it to fall apart. All right, last. Oh my gosh, pile number 1. The last card that we have here is the Bloom. And it's creations realized, right time, harvest, and celebrate. So Spirit is saying whatever this is the right time for this to happen. Maybe this has been a long time coming, my pile number 1s. And what I'm really, the energy I'm just getting from this card is like the Sun again. Like, and they kind of look similar with like how this card is and the rose is on here. It's just like this situation is going to turn out in your favor, my pile number 1s. It really is, and I think you're going to feel really happy at the end of it. So it's really interesting on pile number 1s. I feel like in this reading, kind of, you know, the messages that are here for you is you're going through a tough time, and to just bring in the small pockets of sacredness, of joy and fulfillment, and that the sun, the happiness is on the horizon here. It's, you know, that sunrise is coming, and that joy, and more times with joy and fulfillment are coming. It's really what we're seeing here for you. And I'm getting that for some of you, that might not be how like you feel about the situation. There might, you know, be some cycling thoughts here that perpetuate catastrophizing, that it's never going to work out. And I think this reading is also meant for that, like that it is going to turn out in your favor. And I feel like in a deep soul level you know this. So I think that might be another reason why Spirit is inviting you to tap into your intuition here. I open new doors to life. Yes, my pile number 1s. This is a time for growth, a time for expansion. You're going through a change right now, and Spirit is inviting you to be open to that change and open to new experiences. What does pile number 1 need to hear right now, Spirit? Alright, my thoughts are creative. This is again kind of going back to what I was saying. It's like, what are you thinking about this situation? You know, what is the story that you're telling here? Is the story you're telling yourself that nothing's going to work out? That it's all going to go bad? Or is the story you're saying is like, I kind of know the facts here. I kind of know what's going on. You know, Spirit is just reminding you that your thoughts are powerful and that you have the power to change the story. Yes, I'm in the process of positive change. This is literally the whole reading with pile number 1s. You are in the process of positive change. I feel like I ain't got nothing else to say about that. We're gonna get one more. What does pile number 1 do here right now, Spirit? Life is simple and easy. And I feel like this is what you're trying to go to, right? So I'm kind of being called to right now is like manifestation, like thoughts are powerful and our thoughts create our reality. And I think the more that you embody this energy of simple and easy, that like that's what your life is, the more that'll manifest and come into your reality. The more that the situation you're in right now will unfold and kind of, you know, ease away as life does, and life will become more simple and easy the more you try to focus on that. Alright, pile number 1, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for coming to this reading. Hope it was helpful to you in some way. All the ways to connect with me in the description box below. and I literally forget everything else that I say. So I'm sending you love. I guess you'll see my face. It was something I did forget to say, but I don't think there is. So I love you. Mwah. See you in the next one. All right, pile 2. Hello. This is for everyone who chose the Page of Pentacles. And I have a secret to tell you. This actually came out in reverse. I know, plot twist. But I didn't want it to be like reversed for when everyone was selecting, so it's reversed. Whoa! And who chose this stone? I said this in pile 1, but like literally I don't remember what any of my stones are called. I used to have like I used to know what every single stone that I had called, and then like I don't know, I kind of stopped collecting stones. Like a few years back. I know I just don't remember any of my stone names. But I'm like, they're pretty and I feel the energies off of them. For this one specifically, I'm kind of feeling like a watery, calm energy. So pile number 2's kind of what I'm getting here. Like, so when you look at this page, I'm kind of getting that you might have been in a space for a little while where you were looking and you were searching, and maybe you had like your eye on the prize in a way. Like there was something that you wanted. And now with this in reverse, I feel like you don't know if that's gonna happen. You don't know if you're gonna get this thing. I feel like you may have taken action on this or plan to take action to get something, but you really don't know if it's gonna work out. It's like, because the way this person's face is, it's almost like sad to me in a way. Like it's like longing and also just like, ugh, I don't know if I'm gonna get that. Like it just seems so far away. Like I want 10 of these. I don't want just one. I only have one. Where's the other 9? Alright. What is... Oh my gosh. Pound I'm going to hear right now. The star. This is really like the thread. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I was going to have the sun like out here for y'all. Just like in the corner, but I guess it's like not supposed to be here. I shoveled it back in, I think. But anyway, this is kind of the common thread in all of the readings. If you missed the mini collective message in the intro, just go back to it. It's short and sweet, but the gist of it is that the sun energy is kind of here for all the groups. And with the star, I think that you're feeling hopeful. But yes, the 6 of Cups. Yes, my pile number 2s. I knew you were going through it. Look at that. This is exactly the kind of energy I was getting for you. Just like everything's a mess. I think that's how you feel right now. It's just like your cups are everywhere, you're balled up, crying, or just hopeless. And I want to get more clarification on the star. Here, can you clarify the star, please? The 4 of Wands. So, for some of you, a relationship might be, like, really supporting you during this time. Romantic, platonic, or otherwise. I feel like there's just some amount of hope in here. Yeah, we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. And you have the Page of Swords in reverse. So, again, I feel like you... Oh, let me like try to put these all in here, but... The messages that I'm kind of getting is that you're in a place of indecision at the moment, and you don't really know where to act. You don't really know what to do. Yeah, I'm just getting a lot of like lack energy from this. Like I don't have enough. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. There's just some sort of hope here that I keep coming back to with this 4 of Wands and the star. Like this sort of harmony. Like I feel like there's something here that Spirit is kind of urging you to focus on. And with this star, it's very feminine. You may have like a feminine kind of energy in your life that's just like easing you in a way, like this motherly energy. It might be a spirit for some of you. It might not be a person. It might be like a spirit guide or your own mother. Just very like mothering, like, come here. I'm gonna hug you in your hard time. It's okay. I got you. It's gonna be okay. What is pile number 1 to hear right now? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I think Spirit is saying right now that you don't need to make a decision. I think Spirit is, I think you feel like, hold on, I want you to see this card. I feel like you may feel as if you need to make a decision right now. Like, it's urgent that you make a decision. Or it's urgent that something happens. And I think Spirit is saying that you can take your time with this. That right now I think you feel urgent, like Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and you don't need to. You can really take your time with this. Like, I think a lot more than you feel like you may, or what feels like is allowed in this situation. Yeah, the Emperor, and kind of like taking matters into your own hands here. I think you have more power in the situation than you might think originally. I'm getting this example here of like, I don't know, you might be dealing with institutions or like institutional processes. So let's just say like you're applying for Social Security disability or something. This is a very random example, but it'll make sense. And you've gotten denied like 3 times. And you're thinking, oh, I mean, I'm gonna apply again for a 4th, but like, I don't think it's gonna happen. In this situation, it's like maybe the deadline is in 60 days and it's like the 59th day and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I can't appeal. When in reality, it's like sometimes the institutions like say 60 days, but then it's actually like 62. Or it's 60 days, but like when you call them, they'll extend it for you. It's kind of like one of those things, like, or it's like maybe as I'm reapplying again for Social Security disability, I like have some money for my family, or I have this little side gig that, you know, supports me through. It's something like that, my pile number 2, is where like you have more power in this situation than you think. You have more control over what's happening than you may feel at the moment. What does pile 2 need to hear right now, Spirit? What does pile number 2 need to hear? The Tower. So yeah, this is not like an easy moment for you. This is like, I'm feeling like whatever is happening to you almost feels like stomach dropping. Like, how do I even get through this type deal? Like, I feel like your foundation is literally crumbling. That's like kind of more of a traditional meaning of the Tower, and I feel like that's it for you. Like, something foundational for you is tumbling, and I feel like it's internal. Like, you don't have a support that you once had or something. So this is not like an easy situation, and I think that's why Spirit is also saying like you can slow down and really take the time to process what's going on and come at this from more of a place of centeredness than, you know, reacting. Ace of Cups in reverse. Let me clarify Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh my gosh. Your cards are falling. Okay, tell me, Spirit, which way is it supposed to be? Okay, so we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. And we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. So this is, again, this energy here of feeling like there's nothing you can do. Like, there's no action you can take. There's just so much hopelessness. There's no, like, rainbow at the end of the tunnel here. Wait, what did I just say? Is that no pot of gold? There's no light. I'm sorry. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow here. Like, that this journey is just gonna come up and you're gonna get nothing out of it. For some of you may feel like dark spirits are coming after you, or like the universe is punishing you. And that you fought so hard for the situation, but nothing has come out of it in your favor. What does pile 2 need to hear right now, Spirit? The 4 of Pentacles. So you might be daydreaming a lot, or like holding on to things that do hold you dear. For some of you, I'm kind of feeling like sexual activities might be like a source of comfort for you at the moment, or they might be like a price of this feels to me almost like addiction. Like I'm doing something to get by right now. Like, I'm gonna take a hit of this blunt with drugs I know I'm not really supposed to be doing, but it makes me feel good, so I'm gonna do it. Or, you know, I'm gonna go have sex with my ex, even though I know it's not good for me, but it's gonna make me feel good for like 5 minutes, so fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Like, that's the kind of energy that I'm kind of getting from that. So, and this is why, like, pile 2, this is heavy. This is not an easy time, and like, and I'm saying that because I don't know where your head is at with all of this. I think a lot of this might be above your ability to kind of cope right now, and you're kind of just doing what you can do. And that's all we can really ask of anyone, because you're doing what you can do right now. The 6 of Wands in reverse. So I think, you know, as I've said before about leadership, I don't feel like you think you have leadership in this. I don't feel like you do feel like you can move. There's just like feeling like a lot of stuck energy. Like I keep asking Spirit, like, how can we move through this? And Spirit is telling me not to look at that, because that's not where you're at. You're not feeling like you can move past it. And that's just where you're at. You know, we all have those times in our lives. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? 6 of Swords. So I think, you know, something that Spirit might be asking of you right now is, how can you leave your situation behind for a little bit and then do something for yourself in a way that is not harmful to you potentially? Like, this feels like a very restorative energy to me with the 6 of Swords. Like, you know, like meditation or yoga or deep breathing or watching a TV show that you used to really like, or this just feels lighter. What does pile number 2 need to hear right now? I'm getting so much more tarot for you than I did with pile number 1. The 3 of Cups. So Spirit might be telling you right now that there are some people, situations, might go back to the 4 of Pentacles, yeah, that are just not in your favor at the moment. There might be some people around you that don't have your best interests in mind. Some situations that are just more, this just feels like self-sabotage. Like I feel like you have like voices, I want to say voices in your head, but I don't mean it like that extreme. Like just like parts of you that are self-sabotaging, or like people around you who are enabling you to self-sabotage. And then again with the Emperor here to close out tarot, like I think the main message that is for you right now in pile number 2 is that you have a lot more power over your situation than you may feel. And right now this just all feels very chaotic. It feels like you're all over the place, and that's okay, that's where you're at, right? Feels like you might be in a place where you're engaging in self-sabotage behaviors, those behaviors that don't serve you but make you feel like good in the moment. It feels like you don't feel like there's any way out of your situation, like there's nothing you can do. And I feel like I've kind of said this multiple times in this reading, and I think your mind just keeps going back and forth with this, round and around with the same scenario, the same outcome, because I don't think you feel like there's a way out of this. And I'm really not getting that I should ask Tarot, because usually what I would do in these sorts of situations, my pile number 2s, is I would ask Tarot, how do you move out of this situation? How can you, you know, find a way to move through it? And I think Spirit is telling you that that is the whole reason you're going through this right now. Like, that's kind of the cycle that you're on. Me telling you would be like me doing the work for you. I think that's our whole lesson right now, is to kind of figure that out. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? Spirit, what does pile 2 need to hear right now? Alright, well, the Sacred Waters came out and it came out for number 1, so I think again, like, engaging in activities that are beneficial to you and nourish you, I think is a message from Spirit here, that there might be activities that feel nourishing to you that you've been ignoring, and it might be because it kind of, okay, for some of you all, this might be grief. You might have lost someone, and either way, it's a painful situation, and I think engaging with, like, say, meditation kind of brings up these feelings, whatever hard feelings there are of hurt, of pain, and that's why you haven't been engaging with them. And Spirit is inviting you to engage with them when you're ready. The Rose of Venus, alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony. So a message that I was kind of getting but didn't really say outright was to ditch the relationships that are not for you. I think Spirit is inviting you to kind of come more into a place of centeredness, again, with these activities that can bring you more into a centered place to make decisions that are more beneficial to you rather than not. With this kind of in the center, I'm really getting like alignment here, like it says, like I'm really getting centeredness. Like I think Spirit is really inviting you to ground and come into center here, with what you're doing. What does Pal 2 need to hear right now, Spirit? Dang, y'all, my readings just get so intense sometimes. It's okay. The Thorn. Okay. Yep. Yep. This says protection, boundaries, and clear communication. So, pile number 2s. That's kind of what I was getting to. I think you need to set some harder boundaries when you can. Have some clear communication about this is what I'm going through, and this is what I need, and I'm in a place right now where I just really can't accept anything different, because I think you're going through a hard time, and I think setting some harder boundaries right now might not be a bad idea. So I'm getting called to say that this is not like substitute for like therapy or medical advice, so if you need to seek out professional help, please do. Please don't make all your decisions based on a tarot reading that you saw online. But what I'm getting here at this Thorn is I think there's like someone or some situation that is like perpetually hurting you. This might be that grief that you're feeling if you're going through like a death where it just comes back around and around and around. Or it's a person that just keeps coming back into your life. These people who help you self-sabotage coming back into your life and picking at your pain, picking at the parts of you that are vulnerable, and then causing you to go back into these cycles. And Spirit is asking you to kind of create space from that, some distance, to set some more boundaries so that you can create distance from these situations or people and come back more into alignment. See, these be falling out. Okay, these 2 more and then we're done with this part. So Sophia, and I think before even reading what this card means, like this centeredness again, I think there might be a message in here that you are the center of your life and that no one else is living your life or is the center of your life. This is your life and you can be the center of it. So divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. Whoa, this is powerful, my pal number 2s. So I think I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this on camera. I think you can. So if you see here with this card, if it'll focus on me. Ariana Grande. Ooh. That there's this person kind of in the background here of this rose. So I think that what you're going through might be in the divine plan. And I just saw 1111 on my camera. So this is something that's big for you. And I think this was destined to happen. I think this was part of your growth. And I think this was supposed to teach you to kind of come back to yourself. I hesitate to say more. Spirit is like, don't give me much more. And the last one we have is held. And this is sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. So this is, again, this message of that you have more support than you think you do, or may feel that you do. For some of you, you might just have, again, a motherly figure or a motherly spirit that's coming to help you, and that you might have been rejecting this. This might literally be like your mom trying to call you every day, and you just haven't been answering because you don't want to accept that help yet. And that's okay. That's where you're at. And I think that Spirit is like, I can hold you in this pain. There's just something here about someone holding you in this pain and just letting you cry. I think you have the space to do this with someone, or the space to do this by yourself, you know, with a motherly spirit, some sort of motherly energy that is like, I can hold you when you cry. When you accept that this is the reality, I can hold you. Yes, oh my gosh. And then we have the child within, which literally says mother, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, and tenderness. So for some of you, this might even be like an inner mother, like you're kind of learning by yourself to mother yourself, to create this space within yourself to do this. Some of you might not have that support, and this is like kind of a way for you to learn how to do that. All right, we're gonna close out your reading with some affirmations for pile number 2s. Woo woo. Woof. I'm wishing you all the best in your situation with number 2s. It really does seem intense, and I'm really hoping for the best situation for you. I care about you. I know you're hearing that from a stranger on the internet, so it might not mean very much, but I want you to know that. And that I'm sure that your spirit team is also on your side, that spirit's on your side, even if it may not feel like it. I'll them do that. Oh my gosh. What is going on? My pile number 2. Okay, what does pile 2 need to hear right now? What affirmation does pile number 2 need to hear? I am worth loving. So I'm really getting in this situation that you may feel like you are just not worthy of love right now. Maybe you messed up somehow, or you blame yourself for something. And I think saying that you are worthy of love right now is almost like a revolution for you. So you are worthy of love. Ooh, okay. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. Oh my gosh, pile number 2. Yeah, there might be some disharmony here happening in your relationships, and there just seems to be this part of you that's really blaming yourself. That's like, this might be why you feel out of control, my pile number 2s a little bit, is because you're blaming yourself and not really accepting your actions or accepting the choices that you made, or there's just something about not accepting yourself and not loving yourself and not thinking you're worthy. And of course you're gonna, you know, reject people and situations that are telling you that you're worthy when you don't feel that, right? So I think reminding yourself as much as you can, as much as you feel able, that you are worthy. My home is a peaceful haven. So this might be Spirit's little nudge, a little indication of what practices or spaces that might be a safe haven for you at this time, might be rejuvenating, is your home. For some of you, I'm feeling like if it's not your home, it's where you feel at home. So like maybe there's like a cabin in the woods, or like something. I'm getting like a tree house. Like maybe there's somewhere you can leave, and that's where you can really like, you know, nurture this mother within yourself. And last but certainly not least, we have I can release the past and forgive everyone. And everyone includes yourself, pile number 2. Ooh, I went there. And with this rose, this is like full circle here. We did the rose oracle, and this rose is like dropping off. And kind of what I'm getting here is like this situation grew and it was shitty, and what are you learning from it now? What are the good parts from it? What can you take away from this situation that will help you grow? Woo, my pile number 2s. Okay, I'm wishing you so much love right now, so much support. I'm wishing you what you need. Ways to connect with me on pile number 2s. Oh my gosh, did I like accidentally zoom in? Are in the description box below. I'm wishing you all, I feel like I already said this, but I'm just wishing you again for happiness. And yeah, I love you so much. I'm wishing you a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, pile number 2s. Mwah. Hello, my lovely pile 3s. This is for everyone who chose this little bottle here. I don't know if it'll focus, but everyone who chose the 3 of Pentacles. So pile number 3, I can tell you what happened. Oh, we just have the sun here, by the way. If you missed the mini little collective reading at the beginning of this video, just go back and watch it if you want. That's why the sun's just like hanging out here. Okay, I need to tell you what happened because it was a little cray-cray, and I felt like it's very representative of your reading. So I literally accidentally shuffled your card back into the pile, and I had to go through the entire pile trying to find your card for your group. I had to go back into the camera. I was like, I don't remember what they picked. And then it was all the way like at the end. Like this card, I could have just started from the other side and got here. And you know what? This group is chaotic. This is the energy that I was getting literally like before I even started. I was like, I'm gonna do a pick a card reading today. I was like, when I picked this little bottle here, I was like, this is gonna be a chaotic ass group. So here we go. I'm already getting from the Three of Pentacles, this is chaotic. You might have a group of friends that are chaotic, you and two other people. Might be your mind. Like, you just have many different parts of you in your mind that are chaotic. That's just what I'm getting. I don't know what you need to hear right now about number 3. We're gonna get into it, but this is what I'm feeling. It's just chaotic energy. Okay, what does pile number 3 need to hear right now? Spirit, what does pile 3 need to hear right now? 10 of Wands in reverse. So, okay. I've been putting this in different places every single group. Okay. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? We have the Empress. Let me clarify the 10 of Wands. I want some clarification here. The Emperor. Ooh, in reverse. This is getting spicy. Okay, pile 3. What the heck? So, kind of the initial message that I'm getting here is that you might have been in a situation where you didn't feel like you had power. Y'all, if this is pile 2, like, watching this in the future, or pile 3, I'm shook, but okay. Pile 2's whole thing was about power and like having power over their situation. But you were in a situation I think is over now. It's kind of like, I feel like you just went through a hard time and you're like, I'm chilling. And I feel like you're in this place of like growth right now. You're in this place of like new beginnings. I think you're feeling like you're growing roots right now. Ooh, maybe new love. Is this a love reading? I guess we'll see. But I think you're out of the situation now and you're kind of like vibing. I wouldn't say thriving. I think you're growing. Your seeds haven't thrived yet, but I think you're just like vibing. You're just here. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? The 5 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there was a conflict that ended here. This is more confirmation around this. I'm feeling like for some of you, you know, this might have been kind of messy. This might have been like, I'm almost getting like, this was a small inconvenience, but this wasn't actually a small inconvenience. Like, you were like, oh, why do I have to keep dealing with this? Like, or some of you might have been in a relationship, you were like, oh, why do I still have this girlfriend right now? Like, why do I still? Why am I still in this relationship? But I feel like it's over. I feel like it's done with. I feel like this has been released. Oh my gosh, I literally thought this was the 5 of Swords. This is the 7 of Swords. Well, either way. I'm still getting the same energy out of it. Where I feel like you have been able to let your guard down and move into a different situation that's more safe for you. In this card, there's like a castle, or not a castle, I think it's more like a tent in the background. And I feel like you've just been able to unload. I feel like you've been able to just like let go of the 10 of Wands, like the burden that was happening to you. What does pile 3 need to hear right now? We have the Lovers in reverse. Okay, pile number 3. Is this a love reading? So there was definitely just something that wasn't in harmony here. Where some of you might have been love, or some of you it just wasn't something that was serving you anymore, serving your situation, and you were just like, I'm outie, I'm good, goodbye, bye. Yeah, and I think there still might be some effects from this. I think you still might be feeling some type of way about it. Like, just, you know, after a hard situation, there's just lingering, like, feelings and emotions about it. So I think that's present here. That is definitely present in your reading. With the 9 of Pentacles, you are again, I think you are in a place where you're receptive, you are planting seeds, maybe eating a grape or two from someone else's, or just like, I'm just getting that you're having a good time in some sort of ways. Like you're in different situations where you feel better about your situation. What did I just say? You're in different situations and you feel better about your situation. I feel like you're just like enjoying life in different ways right now, with different people and different circumstances than what you were experiencing before. What does pile 3 need to hear right now? Spirit, what does pile 3 need to hear right now? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, something new. Something new is happening. There's, with the Empress, there's like this new stable beginning that's happening for you. If this is love, I think it's like a new person coming in. And this might be like if you got out of a relationship and now this is coming along. I'm wondering if this is happening at the same time with this last relationship. This is for monogamous and polyamorous people, so I'm not gonna like judge your situation either way or like fit it into one or the other. Just kind of what I'm feeling is that you were in a situation where you were talking with someone, or this is kind of like a long, I don't want to say it's a long-term relationship. You were in a situation where you weren't feeling very good about it, and maybe at the same time as a situation you were thinking about other plans, engaging with other people at the same time, but this is like at the tail end. Especially if this is like a person, this was kind of like in the last month of you dating this person, you were also seeing someone else, and it wasn't like y'all were fucking. Well, maybe not for some of you, but I think it was more like you were just talking to them. If that doesn't resonate, it's just kind of like the main message for all of you is this new situation, this Empress, this Ace of Pentacles, is kind of happening really fast. Like, much faster than you anticipated. And it seems like a stable, long-term thing that you can grow. And we're seeing here a lot of purple, so your crown chakra might be very activated right now. This just might be something that you're feeling very drawn to, like on a spiritual level. But you're like, is this happening too fast right now? Like, is this just like, am I enjoying this too much after being in this other situation? The 7 of Wands in reverse. I think you're like, where is the struggle? Like, where's the drama? Not in a way where you want it. It's more like in a way of like, where, like, when is it gonna come? Like, this is a little too good. Am I rushing into it? You know, for others of you, it might just be like, if this isn't a relationship, kind of just like you left a situation that wasn't serving you, and now you're like, am I like enjoying myself too much now? Like, am I like, have I moved on too quickly? Am I like stifling my feelings? Am I not really feeling like what's going on? What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? The 5 of Wands. So, chaos. We are back at the chaos. I kind of want to get some clarifiers for this, but 5s are about change, and the 5 of Wands, I mean, all these people are fighting, so like, I don't know. We're gonna get some clarification on 5 of Wands. Can we clarify 5 of Wands, please? Spirit, can we clarify 5 of Wands? I feel like you're, oh my gosh, never mind. I was literally gonna say your energy is so chill, but then this card just flew out. I still feel like your energy is chill though, pile number 3. So this is the 8 of Swords. Yeah, in reverse. So I think that you've seen past an illusion. You've kind of gone through the cycle. And again, you're in this place where you are kind of outside this conflict. There's just this lingering thing, my pile number 3 is, that keeps coming up for me. Yeah, and I don't think you feel like you can go with something new and passionate until you feel like you've resolved this. This might not be resolved in a 3D either. It's either in the 3D in your mind and your body. Yeah, like, are you in a place to really grow something? Oh God. Or are they gonna fall apart? Are you in a place to like build something new and stable right now, to see the labor or see the yields of your labor right now? Like, that's where you're at. That's kind of the question here. What's pile number 3 need to hear right now? I'm getting that one more message from Tarot, and then we're gonna go to the Rose Oracle. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now, Spirit? Oh my gosh, cards are like kind of flying. What does pile 3 need to hear right now? It was chill and then it wasn't. I feel like that's you. I don't know why, it just feels so chaotic. You're just having a lot of different emotions, or like, maybe that's just kind of your life. What is pile number 3 need to hear right now? These wanted to fall out, so I just kind of let them. The Two of Swords in reverse. You're again just unsure of which path you should be taking. I'm just feeling like indecision with this. Like, you feel like the blindfold is like off, but at the same time it's on. It's like you see more, but like what do you do now with this? Like what do you do with this newfound knowledge? And then we also have the High Priestess in reverse. So yeah, this is kind of saying again the same thing, that your intuition is blocked. You're confused about where to go next. You don't really know what your intuition is saying, what your body is saying. And I think that's why you're at this reading, is that you kind of want some guidance around this. You may have even asked your spirit team, like, can you like tell me, can you just give me some signs here of what to do? And that's why you're here. But yeah, that's just what I'm getting from this, is that your intuition is blocked, or you feel that your intuition is blocked, that you feel like you just don't know what to do. So let's go to the Rose Oracle here and ask Spirit, what do you need to hear today? Oh my gosh. Chaotic. There we go. See? Then it's smooth sometimes. I don't know. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now, Spirit? What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? We have Temple of the Rose, which is Ancient Power, Expression, Activation, and Scarlet Codes. And I think this is kind of, oh my gosh. Your cards are just, what? I think this is kind of how you feel. Like, you're like, kind of what I'm getting from this is you're like, I feel like there should have been some more activation from the situation. Like there were, like maybe it was kind of intense. Maybe you were like, this is a lot. And now you're just like, what? Am I good? Like, am I out of this? Like, should I be feeling more? It just feels blocked. I feel like your heart chakra is blocked by pile number 3s right now. And maybe that's why you're not feeling what you need to feel. It kind of just feels like it's blocked. And you may not know that it's blocked. This might not have been as something on your conscious awareness. It kind of might have been like you've been playing, and I don't mean this in a bad way, okay? This is how Spirit is just coming out with this. You might have been playing some games with yourself and other people, or just like kind of deflecting how you're feeling with humor, with this kind of chillish energy, in order to cope with the situation, in order to be like, and maybe you like, you know, don't care that much, truly. Scratch that. Maybe you, in a way, don't care about what happened. However, I think underneath the surface, under the surface, that's all from Encanto, there's more here. There's more, and I think that's kind of what's happening here. I'm feeling like your heart chakra being opened little by little, almost like with a chisel. And that's kind of what's going to give you the answers to these questions. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now, Spirit? We have Lineage of the Rose, which is moved by the goddess, here for this, so call and gather. There's a lot of like ancestry energy coming off of all this reading, my pile number 3s, with the Temple of the Rose and now this. So your ancestors may be involved with this. This might be like an ancestral cycle, a karmic cycle throughout, you know, multiple generations. This just might be like, I'm almost getting like maybe your family has like blocked heart chakras like usually, or something about your parents, my pile number 3s. We are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, and living in connection. So I think the answer to your question, my pile number 3s, is going to be when you tap into yourself and nature and, you know, and that embodiment. That word is kind of the important key here, is embodiment. You know, feeling what's in your body and not getting like mad or stressed if you don't feel anything. If you're, you know, if you're doing a heart chakra meditation and your heart doesn't become unblocked, like, it doesn't happen in one go. You know, it's kind of like inviting that in over and over, and little by little, chisel by chisel, it opens up, right? So I'm also getting for some of you just like reading about spirituality, about how we're all nature, how we're all one might be really helpful for you at this time, watching spiritual videos. Release the petals, yes. Transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, and all change. So for you, my pile number 3s, this is literally it. petal by petal, inch by inch. It's releasing what doesn't serve you. It's inviting in the light right into your center as much as you can, into your being. This is, to me, is almost like releasing like the ugh, and then bringing in the good, like bringing in spirit and releasing the or releasing the not so good stuff in order to feel more embodied, feel more alive, feel more from this situation. So what does pile number 3 need to hear right now? We're gonna get 2 more. I'm actually getting to get both these at once. So we have the thorn and we have the mystic rose. Ooh, okay. Pile number 3, it's getting real. What I'm getting from this card is some dark energy, my pile number 3s, and I'm getting from this is a very light energy. So I think you kind of have a choice here. Ooh. Okay. This is a message for those of you who are asking, like, maybe going into like a new relationship right now. I think Spirit is really asking you, which of these paths does it support? Does it support, you know, how you engage with this person and how they're engaging with you, how you feel around them? Are they blocking your heart chakra? Are they making you feel as if you are just going back to these old patterns and not really acknowledging what's going on? Or do they make you feel light? Do they make you feel like you're centered, really becoming more embodied, you know, clearing out those blockages to love? Like, how do you feel when you are with both of these energies? This is kind of reminding me of the Ten of Swords. So how do they interact with you when you are feeling really sad? I think that might be an indication here. Yeah, and kind of what I'm getting here again with this card is giving yourself that grace and compassion when you aren't able to go as deep as you want to, or when you make decisions that maybe aren't in your best good and then you realize later that they weren't. And then you're like, oh, why'd I do that? Why'd I do that? Sorry, I'm just like, this is again, oh my gosh, I mean, look at this. This is like all like light, and then it's just like the rose in the middle is like dead or something. Like, it's just like, reminds me of Once Upon a Time when there's like dark hearts. Like, you're going through the process. I found number 3s of this. And the Holy Grail. But then look at this. Look how open this is with the heart in the middle and the center. So this is where you can be. This is, you know, as much as you go through the process and let spirit in, petal by petal, you know. Or actually, I thought those were like flowers, but they're not. I thought this was like flowers. This is more like energy. But again, petal by petal, you'll get there. So we're gonna get some lovely affirmations from about number 3s, and then we'll be done. I'm getting there might be some more messages for you in tarot, and we'll see. I'm getting that if we do that, we should do that now. If not, we'll just edit it out. Any more messages, pile number 3 in terms of tarot? Any more messages, pile number 3? 3 of Wands. Any more messages, pile number 3? Page of Wands. Any more messages, pile number 3? A Hermit in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. And then the 2 of Cups. Okay. And then 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the energy, at the bottom of the deck here. Alright, this is the last message from tarot. Pile number 3. There's just something here in your reality that invites you to escape, that invites you to go back into your old patterns. I'm really getting for some of you that it's a relationship where y'all act like you don't care, and you're all just like fucking, and you're like la la la, like life's fine, like I don't really feel anything about it, and there's not really a lot of like emotional vulnerability here in this situation. It might have felt like there was when you were talking about maybe your past partner or past situation. For those of you where this is more like in a different situation than a partner, it's just kind of like you are feeling like there's something here that you're engaging with that feels like it's a respite, but it's actually just like making you go back into the cycle of you not thinking about your feelings, not engaging with them. This whole situation might have been you kind of like I think you had this question, right? Of like, shouldn't I feel more about this? And maybe you should. Maybe you should feel more about this. And that's what the situation was kind of teaching you, was like, how do I go more deeper into this? How do I go more deeper into myself? Asking yourself that question of like, how do I get out of this cycle specifically? So with the Page of Wands here, this is the offer. But it's like they're turning their back on you. It's like this offer is like, it's almost like, you know, it's almost like this thing, whatever it is, this person, this, you know, thing that you engage with is not good for you. They're looking away from you. They don't have your best interest at heart. And that's not even to say that if this is a person, that they're a bad person, or like this is a bad activity. This might be something like you exercising. You like being like really obsessed with your body or something, and like really like focusing on that instead of the feelings. Like, this isn't bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just how you're engaging with it, and how, if this is actually what's best for you, right? It's not that this is bad. This person, this activity, whatever this is, it's not that this is bad. It's just like, it might not be good for you. Then we have Two of Cups in reverse, which is again, you know, a message of like, this is not going, like, this is not the one. Like, this is not what's best for you. The Page of Pentacles in reverse, it kind of brings you back to this energy here. It's almost like you end up back where you started at the end. If this is a relationship and you end it one day, it's kind of like, well, now I'm just here again. And the Hermit in reverse. So again, this is just like not going within. This situation, this person, this allows you to stay outside of yourself, to repeat the patterns and not grow from this situation. So that was the last message from Tarot. I really felt like that wanted to come out. I was a little skeptical because it didn't feel like it was a lot, but it did feel like there was one more message after the Rose Oracle, so. Alright, pile number 3. We're gonna do some affirmations, and then I'm gonna go make some Annie's pasta because I'm excited. I am making Annie's pasta and sweet potato fries for dinner, and I am like literally so excited. Okay. I deserve it. So, pile number 3, what do you need to hear from Spirit? I'm getting a little tired too. It's like 8 o'clock where I'm at. So I'm like kind of tired and hungry. So I'm sorry if I'm a little like off my rocker. Okay, pile number 3. Back to business. What do we need to hear? What's pile number 3 need to hear right now? I turn everything into an opportunity. Oh, I turn every experience into an opportunity. Yeah, so what experiences are you going through right now that help you go back into this question that we had, right? How does the experiences that you have translate into ways for you to go deeper into yourself, deeper into embodiment? I think there's just this like feeling of like when you don't like do what you're supposed to do. When you don't do what you think that you're supposed to be doing, there's some shame here and some guilt. You blame yourself for this. And Spirit is saying here that instead of looking at it like through the lens of like blaming yourself, it might just be an opportunity for you to grow. You know, maybe you don't need to be so hard on yourself about it. I release all criticism. What was I just saying? What was I just saying? So releasing all criticism about, I wish I could just make this stuff up pile number 3 and be like, I picked this all up before, but you saw it, I did not. Releasing that criticism and, you know, that inner critic that's telling you that you're doing things wrong. I see clearly, you know, saying that you see this clearly for what it is, that it's a voice telling you something that's just not true. And that you can be gentle to yourself in a situation, that's okay. Are there any other messages or pile number 3 here? There's a lot of affirmations I want to come out for you, pile number 3. I'm just gonna get one more though. What is the affirmation that pile number 3 needs to hear? What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? Alright, we actually have 2 more. They both fell out. Okay. So this is every thought I think is creating my future. And my income is constantly increasing. Interesting. I begin now, the back, so there's like, on these there's like 2, so I'm like, this is a little different. So what does the back say? I begin now today to open myself to ever increasing prosperity. So I think with this, it's what I'm feeling from this, these 2 cards specifically, is this realization that your thoughts are creating this cycle to continue in some sort of way, this blame cycle. And that you, especially with this card, like this card is just giving me some energy of like opening yourself up to like that gentleness, like, you know, that you are moving in that direction and believing that you're moving in that direction. My pile number 3s. All right, that's all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed your reading. It wasn't as chaotic as I thought it would be. Like energetically, although we did go like many different places with your reading. If you want to connect with me, all the ways to are down in the description box below. I'm wishing you so much love, so much happiness, and I'll see you later, pile number 3s.